right. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Just getting all my ducks in a row here as I start this little bit. All right, so I immediately want to give credit to, usually it's like, okay, well, credit goes to PW Insider, ringsidenews.com, whatever. No, I'm actually giving podcast to a good brother, a good podcast brother, someone who has been a regular watcher of my Impact Wrestling and some of that I do. And he's also a man from down under. He's already in the chat, Mr. KT, the Aussie Impact guy. I want to give him credit for this because I happened to see his tweet, and I was just kind of just looking around news pages, just looking around stuff, and happened to see some updated cards for Evolve. I haven't watched them the last few, but I've watched. I always keep track of who they have on their shows because they do have. They have had some incredible indie shows, but as of things going on over the course of this last year. We also know that Evolve is also what we like to refer to it as now a back door to the WWE. Because we've seen so many people go from Evolve to NXT or WWE or the Cruiser Classic, then joining 205 Live. It's several different accounts. And hey, more power. That's fine. But now also in this day and age where things in the wrestling industry are starting to really, we'll say, heat up. There's more and more competition out there. Impact is improving greatly. There's all this talk floating around about Elite starting their own company, backed by a billionaire, by the way. This company, this guy's going to this company. WWE is grabbing all these indie guys just for the sake of grabbing indie guys. So while all this is going on, and I talked about this briefly on one of the last Impact reviews I did. I don't remember if it was the last one or the one before, but it came out and it bothered me a little bit, but I wasn't going to freak out about it. I wasn't going to be like, oh my God. But it was one thing that certainly did catch my attention because I am a devoted Impact Wrestling supporter lately. Was going to be a part of Evolve's next two shows. They were going to. I don't think I had the card. Where did I have? Give me 2 seconds here. I had them on here. Where did I see it? Oh, I had it. Anyways, I was looking at the card. Say LAX was supposed to face the Evolve Tag Team Champs and some other team in a three-way. And then the next night they were going to face I forget who, I'm sorry, but they were going to team with Austin Theory. And that, because I am a huge fan of Austin Theory. How he's not in NXT is actually kind of blowing my mind. I've looked at him over the last 2 years as someone who could honestly be the next Heartbreak Kid. Honestly, I could put all the money in the world on that one. If you've seen his work and how he's, pardon the pun, evolved and evolve, it's so there. It's not even funny. But I'm getting off back to the subject. Robert Does Wrestling Reviews is in the chat. Good day to you, sir. If Evolve uses LAX, they most likely will be taking loss. Well, yeah. It's more okay. So to get to the actual piece of news, like it says in the headline here, Impact pulled LAX from the next two events. Unfortunately, there are other details besides this right now, but like I said, I am crediting KT with this because I saw his tweet and I followed up with him, and I was like, "Ooh, what's your source? What's your source there, KT?" He said, Gabe Sapolsky just tweeted it out minutes ago. And sure enough, tweet says Impact Wrestling has pulled LAX off the 12, 15, and 16 dates, working on replacements now. I was just informed. Her apologies to the fans. So yeah, very, very interesting. Just looking at a few of the responses here. Another devout Impact follower, CVE Cody, Twitter says he's glad about that. Scott Lesh says, I'd assume stupid company politics. Well, I wouldn't call it stupid. Wouldn't. They have to, yeah, here we go. Here's a response. Got to protect their act, I guess. Well, you know what? I don't honestly think that's far from the truth. They're under contract with a company. Now, obviously, if they're I wonder if this is some backlash for the UK restrictions and how long till those same restrictions come to America. I don't know. I've heard about a few things like regarding the whole signing of Walter, and I've heard a few things there. I don't really want to get into what I've heard about that. By the way, congrats to Walter. It's going to be very interesting to see how they use him. He is quite the beast, and he has had oh, geez. Little things that pop up on my phone are just comical. Oh, pardon me. Oof. Getting some heartburn. LAX is under contract with Impact Wrestling, and they may be friendly with the WWE, which is not a bad thing. companies should be more friendly. It's how we get stuff like Lucha Underground / AAA versus Impact Wrestling, or working with Ring of Honor, or MLW working with several different companies just to put selling conflicts to rest so that they can use a broader spectrum of indie stars while trying to put some under contract. Not a bad thing. What is a bad thing is when you hear news about, like I said, WWE trying to just scoop up everybody in light of, okay, we have to protect our product. We have our product. So we're just going to hire everyone just for the sake of hiring everyone. That doesn't help your product. Look at NXT and look at Raw last night. I saw, and this is absolutely hilarious. This is getting off subject a tad bit, but I found this absolutely hilarious. While everyone is absolutely destroying last night's Monday Night Raw, and I find that absolutely hilarious, the Wikipedia page for Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for a brief time this morning, that is also the city where professional wrestling died last night during a W Raw show. Great. Wrestling died in Milwaukee. Thanks a lot. Apparently not enough pee jokes. Dear God. If that's how you're trying to draw fans in, is with pee jokes, you're in trouble. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're all week. Try the pork. Sorry, I was thinking about that one earlier. Get it out of my system. Oh, KT also says, hope he got a decent payday. He serves. Agent says, boo. Did you boo that joke? Agent, you really boo my joke? That makes me so sad. Well, so yeah, I'm sure we're going to get some more news out of this, because this is, I think, something significant. With WWE trying to pick up everyone and anyone, and don't tell me that while Impact Wrestling, or excuse me, don't tell me that while LAX's 2 shows, don't tell me WWE is not going to have agents there talking to them. Oh, you're just raw in general. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for not booing my joke, Agent. That makes me happy. Because Evolve, and even like companies like PWG now, have agents come in, like, Regal will be in the back talking to people. Sapolsky is in NXT's all the time. Probably about, and I could reminisce it back to how Heyman was working in what was it, OVE the day when he had guys like CM Punk down there. Oh, I've got this guy. You gotta you gotta sign this guy. Stuff like. So, I wouldn't doubt for a second that if they went, somebody would be in LAX's ear trying to entertain the fact of, hey, How are things over in Impact? Are you happy there? What's your contract situation like? Now, the last thing I heard contract wise for LAX was that Conan was trying to get a better deal for them because are worth so much to the brand, and they are that good. From what I've seen over the last 2 years, and I'd seen them. Couldn't remember what it was, but I know I'd seen them on Evolve shows or something back on Flow Slam. So they have been part of the company before, not necessarily on the roster, but they have made appearances. And I remember seeing them back then and thinking, wow, these kids are pretty good. And then seeing them on debut on Impact Wrestling with Conan, and he brings in the whole new LAX with Homicide and all that. And watch them take that tag team division by storm and have evolved it into one of the most thriving tag divisions. Now, it's changed throughout the years. We've seen tag teams come and go, and that's any place. Pooing on that, okay? But they've been one of the mainstays along with OVE and others who they've made tag teams, and just the general team wrestling on Impact has been always very good. They may not have a ton of teams, but the matches are solid. And I'm telling you guys, cannot wait for this Thursday. It's going to be the debut of something that's been long over. The team of Desmond Xavier, Trey Miguel, and Zach Raves, almost said the Radicals. Oh my God. Wow, that goes back about almost 15 plus years. wrong timeline, wrong guys. The Rascals. I'm thinking back to old. Oh, geez, what was that? Eddie Guerrero, Benoit, Perry Saturn, and Malenko. God, that was a fun time, hey? That was really fun. I miss those days. And I honestly feel like 2019 and 2020 is going to be the cusp of a feeling in professional wrestling like that again. I honestly do. I can feel it. It's going to be on the brink of where WWE just losing fans by the drones, and all these other little companies are going to start thriving. I don't think we're going to see like the Monday Night Wars, but just the fact that there are other companies out there to get attention. It's just WWE, and all you've got besides it is the independent, the little independents with, George's the Barber Beefcake showing up. It's not that way anymore. It's so damn fun. LAX deserve more. Every dollar Impact spends on them. Yes, absolutely. They are a top tag team in wrestling today, along with OVE. So if Impact Wrestling is going to start, really spending money over the course of the last few years, and they're trying to slowly but surely beef up their roster and put on these tremendous and for the brand like they have been so faithfully, really going all over the place now. I'm hoping that within the next, say, year or so, they make their way up to the Midwest, like upper Midwest, like around here, like even Chi-Town. I would travel to Chi for an Impact show. Impact has not been in Wisconsin for like 15 plus years. They made a trip up to like Green Bay and played the Resch Center up there. I don't think they've ever been in Milwaukee. I would die for an Impact show. Like, okay, for example, NXT comes to the Turner Ballroom around here. That holds a third people. That'd be perfect for Impact. Critical in the chat. Good day to you. LAX, OVE, Lucha Brothers, Swan Mac, Seidel, Page, Rascals, KM Ba. Yeah, I mean, there's more. Thank you for refreshing my memory. I obviously haven't had much coffee yet today because not just is not enough. But yeah, whereas a year ago, where all you saw was stuff like OVE versus X, which was hot, but they didn't have a lot of tag teams. Whereas now you've got, like you said, several different tag teams and or options for tag teams. You've guys like the Lucha Brothers, who are a tag team. You've also got, like he said, it seems like an all right, in my opinion. It is. It really is. You've got guys like Swan and Mac who tag together. In fact, I believe the Lucha Brothers are wrestling and Desi Hit Squad. Yes. I believe the Lucha Brothers wrestling Swan and Mac on Thursday. Hello. That is going to be incredible. So yeah, like I said, I have a feeling I should have waited, because it would be nice to catch a statement from somebody on something like this came about, reactions to this in the company. But yeah, it's smart, and it's how do I say this? It's a shame stuff like this can't happen without Impact Wrestling worrying about their roster. If Evolve was just Evolve, say a couple of years ago, this wouldn't have mattered. But now, a company like Impact Wrestling, who has had a hell of a 2018, rising up from the ashes of the old TNA, but now they have to worry about stuff like this. They can't just, hey, we're going to send some guys over to Evolve and help them have a hell of a show. No. No, because there's ears there and there's people there that want to snatch these guys away from Impact Wrestling. Now, in the same light, I can't blame. I mean, as much as I want to see guys like LAX and OVE and, other tag teams, the Lucha Brothers, as much as I want to see them stay in Impact Wrestling, if it is, and I've said this more than once and I'll say it again, if it is goal to get to the WWE someday, then you can't, you're pissed about that. And that's like any job. It's like I just started a new job. I want to do what I'm doing forever? No. Would I like to learn more and maybe move up to a semi-management position? Whatever I can do to improve well-being, my money intake, my pay, whatever. Yes, what I'm going to do. And that's anyone who's trying to better their life, better their job security, and whatnot. So as much as upsetting it is for when you love a brand and you love a team on that brand and they want to go else because, yeah, they might get better pay and you hope to God they get treated well and you hope to God they're successful. But that's happening in WWE now. If you go to NXT, hell yeah, you can have some success in NXT. But as soon as you go to the major, it's not looking good. Facts are facts. Look at what they're doing with all these guys. Oh, AOP is tag champs. Ooh. Those numbers don't add up. What are your thoughts on Phoenix's injury? It's affecting a lot of different things. Now, granted, like I said, we're going to see him Thursday. But, it's all pre-taped. But, I also follow Major League Wrestling, MLW Fusion, very closely. And they're in the process of redo their card for Down in Miami in a couple weeks because the Lucha Brothers are going to end up losing the tag belts, or they'll just let them hold on to them if they can get through a couple tapings without defending them. It's I don't know how they're going to do it. Assume they're going to strip them of the belts and have a tag tournament or something like that. Obviously, it also affects AAA. I don't know where else he's holding a championship. I don't know if he was AAW champ down in Chi-Town for a while. I don't know if he is, but I know he was for a while, I think. Either he or Pentagon was. But it's okay. So it sucks. It sucks. He's got to agree. And obviously affects a lot of different things that he's into is in the world of professional wrestling. Wherever he's going to have to take it easy for a while. I don't know how bad it is. You never know what company is going to be, how like I said, how quick they're going to be to pull belts off of people and stuff like that, depending on the injury. If it's something you can get through for a while, if it's something you can do tapings around, put this storyline on the shelf for a while, come back to it in a month or two or whatever, I don't know. I mean, it'll affect Impact a little bit, but they don't have any belts. I would love it. I think the buildup was originally for Homecoming. I have not seen spoilers, but I'd like to think it was going to end up being LAX versus Pentagon and Phoenix, the Lucha Brothers, for Homecoming in January. Excuse me. You just in the chat. But yeah. So that could help be on the shelf now, unfortunately. But there's no reason why they can't just throw another tag team in there. Because I believe the tapings they did are up to that show. I believe they did tapings through December. I could be wrong, but I think I think they did. I don't think I know they're doing some shows in the middle of December in California, but I think those are just one-offs. One's a Twitch show this coming weekend live. Can't wait to see that. Forget what it's called. I'll find out more for this Thursday when I talk about Impact. And one's one is for a one night only. So and those are a lot of fun. I review those once in a while. Gold Rush. I think that's the one this coming weekend. And I forget who they're with. But anyways. So yeah, it sucks about Phoenix, but hope he recovers quickly. Nurse that groin. I don't know. It's, you know, I don't know. I don't know what you do to. I think a lot of rest, obviously. You know, you can't overdo it. No lifting. Back to Cali is the one night only. Going back to Cali. That's a great song. That is some old school. Oh my God, how old is that? Late 80s, like 87, 30 plus years. Jeez Louise, some old LL Cool J. Smash that like button if you dig some old hip hop and some old school rap. I always go back to the classics. LL Cool J, Beastie Boys, Run DMC, Fat Boys. Love me some Fat Boys. I'm a fat boy myself. I used to be the king of beatboxing too. Hell yeah. I used to bust some shit back in grade school. Beatboxed all over. Teachers just looked at me like, what's wrong with that kid? Oh, what else I got to say here before we get out of here? Davey Richards did say he's coming back to pro wrestling in 2019. LAX versus Wolves for coming. Hey, there you go. Not a bad thing to put on the bill. I prefer the new stuff. The new rap is just crap. Eminem is all political and pissed off. I tell you who I don't like all new stuff, but I tell you who I do like. I like that NF. That NF is pretty cool. He's not political. He's out of the bit. He just spits a lot of truth, a lot of real life stuff. Good stuff. Like that. Now I'm totally just going off the tangent here. What did you say? So yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole. Like I said, there's no new sides that I'm sure there will be some by this Thursday. Maybe we might get a little more on it, but I think I summed up pretty much. You should never assume anything in the world of professional wrestling, folks, but I don't think I'm far off from what is going on. It's Impact Wrestling protecting their product. Like I said, 2 years ago, wouldn't have been a big deal. Would have been a big deal at all. But now, can't do it. And it's smart. It's smart. Because with Impact Wrestling, I mean, people always come and go. Hell, on the radar, he's probably going to be going in January, whatever. But you know what? And that's not knocking Trevor. He wants to go. He's got ties with the Hardys. It's fine. God bless him. I hope he's. But when stuff like that happens, then guess what? Guess who's coming to Impact this Thursday? Makes room for new guys to come in. The almost said it again. The Radicals. The Rascals. Oh my God. Goofy. So yeah, people come and go, but the guys as special as LAX, who have been at the forefront of Impact Wrestling's tag division for, solid for the last 2 years, while the company's been rebuilding and they've been a mainstay. You gotta hang on shit. You do. So I'd love to see LAX tag with Austin Theory against I don't know, fill in the blank. It's not happening. It's happening for so like KT said on Twitter, maybe they're not as maybe WWE and Impact aren't as cozy as you think. It's the fact that the lines of communication are open and that WWE used some of the app past TNA stuff to talk about stuff like AJ Styles and the Hardys and stuff like that's healthy. That's healthy and that's fine. I'm okay with that because it reminds you where AJ came from and how good not that he's slipped up on it. He really hasn't. He's still just as damn good. He's just got to be a little smarter now. He's getting a little older. But it's so yeah. But yeah, I'm just rambling now. So we're gonna get out of here. Thank you all for tuning in for this breaking news. I will be following this closely, and we may have a follow up on it by Thursday night when I'll either watch and go live Friday. I don't know. We'll see. I went live this last Thursday because I had off of work. So, and my Thanksgiving wasn't until Saturday. So, watching Impact this past Thursday and then going live was not a problem. 9 out of 10 lately, it is a problem. I work nights. So, probably Friday. Probably Friday we'll into it again. And then we'll try to cover some of that Impact stuff for this weekend. The Twitch show, we'll see when that's on. And time is at 3:00. Yeah, I got time. I'm gonna watch some Ring Warriors, catch up on that. And we may go live with that later tonight when I get off of work. There'll be a quick review. We'll have a couple beers. So if you feel like having a couple beers with J-Bone tonight, it'll be much later tonight. We'll do that. Liking the job? Yes, I'm liking the job. I like getting paid $15 an hour. I'm liking the job. I get a couple aches and few aches and pains along with the job, getting used to moving again, but for that price, I can do it. So thank you. It's going good. Very happy. So we're going to get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys probably later tonight. We'll crack a couple cold ones. Right? Very true, KT. And thanks again to KT here in the chat for that news bit that we're talking about right now. So much love, everyone. Thanks for filling up my chat. Thanks for tuning in live, and we'll see you guys around the corner real soon. Much love.